It is Sunday, May 18th, 2025. It's a little after 9:30 a.m. We're headed back to the track, get some laps in, maybe shoot the basketball around. You know how I go. No, we're not gonna do this. Navigational error. The vehicle wants to go in a roundabout way to the destination. So we'll do this part. This is the navigational error. I mean, it'll get around, but it just seems like it is unnecessary to traverse the entire neighborhood to end up in the same exact spot as if we were doing this. So we'll activate it now. Let's get it going. It's a beautiful morning. It's overcast, but you know, when summer is about to bear down on Southeast Texas, you have to enjoy mornings like this as best you can. It's gonna get to a point where it'll be like 90 degrees around here at this same time period. It's kind of ridiculous. So right now, what are we chilling at? 81. It's not too bad. It's a little humid. Other than that, it's Sunday. I don't expect a whole lot of traffic on our way to the track. Maybe there'll be some Sunday school services going on at the moment. But yeah, other than that, we had a pretty decent week before Moody's lowered the United States credit rating. We'll see if it impacts the stock market tomorrow in any significant way, or maybe Tesla is able to withstand that particular headwind and continue on its kind of resuming of its you know, maybe 52-week highs. Maybe that's where we're headed, back to the 52-week highs. Either way, we're along for the ride. If Tesla should dip significantly, we'll just purchase more stock and maybe even contemplate purchasing a few calls. I'm looking at expiration dates around the end of July for immediate call action. I try not to do, I don't day trade. I try to at least give myself a month for the price action when you're talking about puts and calls and things of that nature. We're about halfway back to where we were with the 52-week highs. So who knows though? You just never, it's gambling. I most certainly would rather just buy the stock, hold the stock, and DCA it out. But the gambler in me, ladies and gents, I want leveraged plays, whether it be TSLA or freaking, you know, just some calls. But you know, what are you willing to pay for that volatility? What's the insurance? So you gotta kind of weigh all these factors and make the best financial decisions for you and things that you can live with without, you know, regretting it. We're on standard mode. Back in this area, we've noticed that we like to speed generally, right? We just passed the 35 mile an hour sign and we have already hit 40 miles an hour. We've lowered our speed offset to 20% instead of 40%. Right now we are chilling at 41 miles an hour. That's about as fast as I would like to go. 41, 42 on these back roads back here at 35 miles an hour. Anything can happen. Animals can jump out. You know, you got this 2-lane road. You're dealing with other vehicles coming right at you. There's going to be this incredible bend up here. It's like a sharp bend. And you don't want to be flying when you go through that. So it's good to see that we've reached a 42 mile an hour max, exactly what I wanted when I decreased it from 40% to 20% offset speed. Perfect. And this is going to be indicative of the Robotaxi. your settings are going to be what you want it to be, right? Obviously, breaking what is the law, right? You don't want to, purposefully break the law, but you also want to be safe. And there is such a thing of going with the flow of traffic. You don't want to get run over either. Being as human-like as possible is what you want to attain. And sometimes going over the designated speed limit is not only recommended, but you'd be kind of ostracized if you didn't. Like, so right here, it's 35 miles an hour. And there's plenty of examples where we kind of cap ourselves at 42. And the vehicles behind us are like, why the f*** are you going so slow? You can feel it. They're tailing me. They have an opportunity to pass. This is, it's not a double yellow line here, but they gotta kind of watch for oncoming traffic. It is dangerous back here, not by design, but just the lack of, production back here, right? It's underdeveloped. So you kind of get bored going 35 for sure. And while we're going 42, the rest of the community, the rest of drivers on this road, regardless if it's next to residential or commercial, they feel that this is way too slow. There's a reason why it's set to 35 miles an hour back here, and it's not to just piss off drivers. So now we've got the double yellow line. They technically can't pass as long as this double yellow line is present. And then we've got the single. So right now would be a grand opportunity for the vehicle behind us to pass, because I know they think we're going too slow. And we're not finna break the law any more than we already are. Safety first. And I think that's what's going to really be the crux of speed limits here in the future. When most things are autonomous, we get a majority of vehicles on the road being autonomous, you're going to see things like speed limits, and it's going to change, because those are designed for human error, right? Those are created, all these signs and stuff, they're created because humans tend to make errors. And it's, don't park here, tow zones here. A lot of these traffic signs and whatnot, they're gonna fall by the wayside because automation is going to render it, moot. So like signs like that, that'll go away, right? This will go away. This stop sign ahead, that is to let distracted drivers, give them an extra warning before the stop sign, a warning that our AI student driver simply doesn't need. It's gonna stop at this stop sign. It knows it's up there. It's weird, but as we develop and time marches on and we proceed with an autonomous future, you'll see a lot of these. This clutter is what it looks like. Clutter. It'll be like, why is that even there? We don't even use it anymore. So. But yeah. All right. So we got a pretty big week ahead of us. We get closer and closer to June, and I'm one of those that believe that Tesla will have its first Robotaxi ride late June. I don't think they're just going to be June 1st, just, out the gate. I think I read something in Mars's tweets that it might be by invitation only. That could easily be the early access program. I mean, there's no telling how Tesla's going to branch this out beyond their own employees. The early access program seems to be like an excellent avenue to generate invites to use their Robotaxi, right? God, there's a lot of Teslas out there this morning. I love seeing it without a shadow of a doubt. you know, reaffirms my conviction in investing in the stock ticker. People love these cars. It'll be tough to go back to an internal combustion engine for myself, and I feel likewise it'll be for the people that also have experienced not only FSD but just Teslas in general. It'd be tough to go back to an ICE car. About to come up on our turn here. It's Sunday. We're gonna look at tent places. The place we wanted to get our stuff tented, that we, you know, prior Teslas prior, that place no longer exists. So we need to look for a tent place of equal measurement. So I think she kind of wants to do that. I've got my D&D game. You know, we're in the land of Barovia with our gracious host Strahd, and we're gonna try to survive that. Love me some D&D, like it a clickety clack of the dice. You know, considering I'm a Star Wars fan, I like doing D&D with the Star Wars backdrop. I kind of need to get my world going. Anyway, that's some serious nerding out right there. But as of right now, we kind of try to get our athleticism back. We're gonna hit this track. We're real close. This drive has been ridiculously good when it comes to FSD. We've done it a numerous amount of times now. Glad to find an open track. Has basketball goals nearby. Try to restore some athleticism that I may have lost. Either way, FSD's been a champion in this regard. I, you know, am commuting a little bit more than I would normally do. Normally I'm just a homebody. But being out here in the world a little bit more, FSD makes me feel a whole lot safer. My proficiency when I do have to drive is probably a little lower. But as long as I don't have to drive, I think I'm okay with it. So I couldn't imagine getting strikes to where I struck out of FSD. That would, oof, that would ground me, ladies and gents. I'm not doing it. There's some people on the track. We're gonna share it today, but yeah, we'll be back as soon as we can, and let's get it.